You're scrolling land listings in the UP. You find 40 acres, decent price, decent location. The listing says 2-track access. Sounds fine, right? Sometimes that road access means you can legally reach your land, but sometimes it means you just bought a property you can't access. In this video, I'm going to show you how to check legal access in about 5 minutes, and we're going to walk through some real examples. Here's the rule that matters. A road on the ground does not mean you have legal access. The only access that matters is recorded legal access. Either the parcel touches a public road or there is a recorded easement. This is the difference between land that sells and land that sits on the market for years. Certain phrases and listings should make you slow down. 2-track access, seasonal road access, historical access, neighbor allows access, walk-in access or walk-in across state land, snowmobile trail access, or should be able to get an easement. None of these actually mean legal access. Now let me show you a real listing where this gets confusing. So here's an example parcel near Newberry, 40 acres with a home, with trees obviously, decent price, but let's look at the map. This is on the river. If you go to satellite, you can see there's a trail, right? You can see there's obviously some kind of a trail going this way, but where does it go? When you look at the map, you can see there really isn't any roads until you zoom out. This, I believe, is a train track. You can kind of see a train track there, so that's not the road. The darker green, I believe, is like a state land. So just this bit is private, but how do they get there is the question, because M28 is way down here, and I just don't see any other roads on this map. So what I would do would be go to the county GIS map, which looks like this. I'll put a link in the description. There's a number of different counties here that you can look at. So this is Luce County, and on the map I was able to locate the section with the river and the property. So right here I am not seeing a road. So this is definitely the state of Michigan all around. And then there's these 3 parcels here, and the river goes up to M28 here. And the listing itself doesn't say anything about access, really. When you get down to the directions, sometimes that will tell you. So this says access via the Sage River only, no ATV or ORV without permission. So it does seem you can get there via ATV or ORV. There's no road access. The picture showing the cabin up here and the boat launch. Here's M28 and roadside parking. So indirectly, they're kind of saying you have to get there via the river. So this would be one. It looks really cool and fun, but you have to figure out the access to it, right? Because on the map, you're surrounded by state land. So is the state granting them access or what's going on with that? So that is an example of a listing that is not super clear, that you would want to call a realtor, find out if there is any type of an agreement with the state, if that has been recorded before purchasing, or you can make an offer with that information. To check access in about 5 minutes, first you want to look at the county GIS map. Make sure you can see the parcel boundaries and roads. If the parcel touches a road, that's a good sign. If it doesn't, you'll need to confirm an easement. So the next question you need to answer is, what kind of road is it? So a good road would be a county maintained road or public road. If it is a logging, a 2-track, or a seasonal road, you will need to get verification on whether the road is maintained or not, or available to be used to reach the parcel. You can call the County Road Commission and ask if the road is maintained. They will also be able to let you know if it is a snowmobile trail in the winter and plowed or not. In the UP, you'll also see roads on state land. So for example, there are fire roads, ORV trails, and snowmobile trails, as well as just forest roads. These exist for recreation or forest management and not necessarily private property access. The DNR will also be able to confirm the access for these roads in relation to the parcel in question. The next step would be to talk to the listing agent. Ask them one simple question. Is there a recorded easement for ingress and egress going in and out? And what is the document number? If there's no recorded document, the access may not be legal. Any legal recorded easement, you would be able to verify a recorded document number with the Register of Deeds. So the last step is the source of truth is always the recorded documents. And you can call the Register of Deeds, and some do have an online search that you can get these documents or view them, though some do charge for actual copies, and a few counties you have to call or visit in person to get copies, as they do not have an online search register. So if you look for Register of Deeds for the county in question, you can find out how to get ability to search or get copies of these documents. You would give them the parcel number, and then they can pull all the documents that are relevant for that parcel. The deed may or may not have language of an easement. If there is, however, a recorded easement, it typically is a separate document with the parcel number. So if there is an easement on your property, they would have copies of past deeds, current deed, and potentially a separate document that was recording the easement for that property. So if you're actually buying land, please take a couple extra steps. If you get to this point where everything is satisfied and you are happy to buy the property, as long as you can verify the easement, make the offer. Make the offer contingent on confirming access. Order a title commitment. The title company will research all of this in great detail to ensure everything is documented and in order for you. Order a survey. Surveys are very important and will show exactly where the easement is on the ground. And finally, Michigan law does allow landlocked owners to pursue access through court. However, it can cost tens of thousands of dollars. So remember, cheap land in the UP is often cheap for a reason. Don't assume a trail or road means you have the right to use it. Run this checklist before you spend even $1. And if you want to understand prescriptive easements and the 15-year rule, watch my previous video where I go into more detail on those. I hope you get out and find your forest.